Moses, Moses is helping them again. Poor Moses. I feel like Moses does everything out of the goodness of his heart. It looks like he is a good guy from what we've seen so far, and it's been quite a while now. It looks like he is a good guy. Nothing has come up. So that was really cool that Moses is moving her mother. The question comes, right? And this is all in peace and love. The question comes, why isn't Trisha, over there helping Moses move her mother? Now, Trisha might say, oh, because, I'm not, I don't like moving boxes. I don't either, Trisha. I hate moving. Or I don't like doing this. But the thing, Trisha, is when you move, your mom needs you there to clean up the kitchen after everything is taken, for little odds and ends, to protect her belongings, right? When Moses and your mom both are up in the wherever she's moving to, and the truck is outside in the street, you could have been there just to watch her things. Unless you're sick or you're sick, that would be it. Unless you're really sick in bed. If your husband is going to move your mother, or your fiance is going to move your mother, you should be there. You should absolutely be there, unless even if there's a professional moving company. Let's say they hired a professional moving company and Moses is just there to help. I think Trisha should be there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just need more of an explanation. It just doesn't make any sense to me that Trisha wasn't there.
And he's literally so great, but I'm like calling him, and he's not answering, and I don't know what to do, and I'm like losing my mind, because like I canceled on this girl before, and like, oh my god, why am I so triggered by this? Like, I can't.
Okay, we're gonna get into why you're so triggered about this, Trisha, because this is very important. That is the number one reason this happened to you. The number one reason that the gate slammed on your car is because you were in a hurry, you weren't really paying attention, you weren't really in your right mind to begin with, and things just go haywire and all kinds of stuff happens, okay? But your response to this event has to do with something completely different that we're going to talk about. Now, Trisha's saying she's tried to call Moses and he's not answering the phone. Of course he's not answering the phone. His phone is probably in his back pocket, or who knows if he left it in his car, I don't know. But he's in the middle of moving your mother. Like physically, I'm assuming physically moving your mother. That is why the phone isn't being answered.
I literally can't get a compromise. So then I try to take my other car through, and the other car is like smashed. Oh, let me show you. And this is why for so long people were like, why don't you buy a house? Why don't you buy a house? This is the first reason why, because shit comes wrong like this. And we live so far away, so I can't freaking Uber anywhere.
Okay, why don't you, she said, people were saying, why don't you buy a house? Why don't you buy a house? And she says, because this is why, shit goes wrong. Okay, so buying a house for Trisha is a big, mature step for her, because it adds responsibility. And it seems to me like she likes to avoid responsibilities of things that she has not been exposed to, such as a gate slamming into her car. She's never been exposed to this. So I understand that the car, girl, I don't know, it's a $250,000, $300,000 car. I don't know what Bentleys go for or more. I understand that it's custom. I also understand that that car has insurance, that house is insured, that everything will be taken care of, and that Moses and Trisha have the money to fix this. Okay? So many of us, something like this happens to us. It's happened to me, not specifically the gate, but I've banged my SUV and all kinds of stuff, right? And I don't have the funds to fix it, and that is why my SUV is dented up.
I'm so frustrated. Like, I'm literally in therapy like 3 times a week trying to manage these episodes, and I don't know how. I'm not equipped to handle these episodes where it's everything's my fault and I fucked up.
Okay. Okay, so see, now she says, I'm not equipped to handle these episodes. So I hope that Trisha is clear that the episode is not the gate hitting the car. It's not that her car got wrecked. The episode is this response that she's having. And that is what her therapist dealt with, was her response, not the fact that the car got wrecked. Because that's just a formality. That's just making a few phone calls. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt, but make a few phone calls, it'll get fixed. Trisha's response is another thing.
You get a grasp? You can't get a grasp, okay. Oh my god, this is like so embarrassing. It's like so embarrassing, like all the neighbors that came by, and it looks like I'm like trying to break into my own house.
You know what? Trisha does have a point. I would be embarrassed too. I'm embarrassed when, like, I have actually taken a bad fall in the middle of the street where 911 should have been called, and I'm embarrassed, right? So I understand her being embarrassed.
I know so many people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, like so happy that like some shit happened to me. But, like,
see, and then Trisha's right now, I'm going to do, this is a very highly commented, I'm commenting a lot on this because it did bring up a lot. Trisha says that a lot of people are going to be happy that this happened to her. I don't think so. I don't think anybody's going to be happy. I don't think anyone dislikes her enough to be happy when property gets, you know, something of her property gets messed up. It's a slight inconvenience for her to get it fixed. It's a huge inconvenience to fix her mental state and her emotional state. But sometimes things happen like this so that you can really put an urgency to get something resolved. And I believe that urgency are the voices that Trisha is calling schizophrenia. I don't know if she's been diagnosed with that officially, but that is what she calls it. She talks about it here too.
I'm so stupid, I can't even back out. Like there's no way that I'm able to fix this thing without running my car for it. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm so stupid. Like, how
okay, the other thing that we need to note to help everyone, okay? Me too, because I do use that word and I don't like it. She needs to eliminate the word stupid because she's calling herself that, self-degrading. Like she's a human being and this happened. This shit's gonna happen to us all the time, every day. When you least expect it, some shit's gonna happen. Is this big? Yeah, it is. It's a big thing. It happened, right? But it's her response that needs to be dealt with in a really serious manner.
like, why would I even try to get through? Like, just for her freaking face to look like because like, I really don't deserve to have these things. It's like, shit like this gets ruined, and now my mental health is like, out of control. I just want to die.
Okay, so she said, I don't deserve nice things. Shit like this gets ruined, and then my mental health. Okay. Boy, she's just coming from a place right now where she's doing what she usually does. She's highly upset and she's just saying a bunch of stuff, none of it which makes any sense whatsoever. Trisha is not stupid. What she did, I would be embarrassed if that happened to me. I'm just that kind of person that I just would be embarrassed. So I agree with her about that because it looks like, wow, how did this happen? I understand. But you are a human being and mistakes happen to everyone. And it doesn't mean that you are anything less, okay? Anything less than you were an hour before this happened.
So for anyone who's like, oh my gosh, she seems to be doing well, like, thank you, I appreciate it. Like, I've actually put in work. I talked to therapists, and now I talk about these voices in my head and stuff like that. Like, it's just a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. I mean, it is a lot. I can only assume, okay, you guys, if some of you have voices in your head, that is a lot. I used to hear voices at night that kept me up, insomnia, from 1989 when my dad passed in 1989. I thought he was in the hospital, and I thought his bedmate had suffocated him. And because I thought that, I got insomnia. And as I got insomnia, I kept hearing like loud voices, like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 different channels on the radio all at the same time. When I went to sleep, when I tried to go to sleep, I would hear a crowd of people just talking, or so once in a while I'd hear someone say something, but not anymore. That was just very, very short phase that I went through, and I don't hear that anymore. Now, the voices that I heard weren't anything frightening. Trisha has said, I don't know, in this video or on another video, the voice told her to just run out and throw herself off a balcony or something. It might have been in this video, but nothing like that. So it is a huge concern, the voices in your head, because if she's in a state like this and she happens to hear these voices, that's when it can be very detrimental to your well-being.
Like, everything was fine. Like, I haven't had a breakdown in so long, and I just don't know how to, like I don't know how to manage this alone. Like, I feel alone, I feel stupid, I feel embarrassed, I feel like all the neighbors around are, like, probably so dumb. I'm paranoid that someone's gonna, like, break in and kill me right now that the gate's open.
Okay, so here we go with the globalization. She says the neighbors are worried that someone's gonna break in and kill her because the gate is open, and it's a gated community, and there's another gate. And I trust me when I say, if you look at Hidden Hills, California crime rate, I mean, seriously, I'm telling you the truth. This is where the Kardashians live. This is where a lot of famous people live. The crime rate is pretty nil there. It is pretty nil.
Just, like, when you're trying to go through, I should just cancel. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, that's the thing. Like, really? Like, I'm scared to, like, tell someone I'm not going to make an appointment. Like,
just like she's scared to return things. See, many of you new ones don't know that Trisha will purchase something, $8,000, $10,000, whatever it is, not like it, and not return it. She does not return things. She says she hates returning things. Okay? It's kind of the same thing here.
Listen, like, I mean, I'm okay. I tried. Oh my god. I tried emailing my therapist.
She's tried to email her therapist. She does end up talking to him.
They email me back. I just feel so stupid.
See what I'm saying? How many times that she says, I feel so stupid, I feel so dumb. I just want you to know, the more times that you tell yourself that you feel stupid and that you feel dumb, what that does is make things worse at the moment for you. Okay? What it does is it validates your response. When you say, I feel stupid, I feel dumb, it validates your response. You'll notice that after she speaks with her therapist, she still calls herself stupid, but it's in a different way, because he does get her off the ledge.
I feel so dumb. I really
Oh boy.
haven't felt like this in so long, where I feel like I can't handle something, but as soon as Moses is gone, it's like, I can't handle things on my own. Because this sounds so stupid.
This is bad. This is not good. She says, as soon as Moses is gone, I can't handle things on my own. Well, Trisha, this is a learning experience for you. That's what this is. So I read a comment down below, and someone commented, maybe it would help if Moses wrote a list, like the gate and the phone number to call for the people for the gate, the alarm system and the phone number to call things for. I think that's a great idea, whoever suggested that, even though many of you will say, well, it's on her phone. When you're in a state like this, you think you have the mental calmness and the focus to go on your phone and find, the front gate, the number and all that. It's much better if you have it on the refrigerator and you can see it, especially for someone like Trisha. Okay, Trisha, this is about her growing up, which should have, in a way, this part should have happened a long time ago. She's 32, but she likes to keep herself comfortable. This happened, and it's an uncomfortable situation for her. She does not know how to deal with it. And she keeps saying it makes herself feel stupid. But she needs to get rid of that word because she is not stupid. This can happen to anyone. This happens every single day. You just made a mistake. You need to give yourself the benefit of being a human. That's all. And it's not because you're not good enough or, you don't know how to do it or you're dumb or you're stupid. It's just being a human being, and these things will happen to you. What we have responsibility for, okay, what I had responsibility for is to change this response. You need to calm down, just calm down. It's not an emergency where we got to call 911. It's really not. Just calm yourself down, which her therapist gave her some great tools to calm herself down, right?
I talked with them.
She spoke with her therapist. Notice the difference.
Therapist, and I feel better. I feel stupid, but he's like, don't feel stupid. Like, it's something in my brain that just happened, but I had to touch it and is anyone hurt?
Okay, so I'm not sure what she said. She said, my therapist said don't feel stupid, but it's something in my brain that I have to catch. Like, for instance, my therapist said, did anyone get hurt? We skipped a bunch of beats there. It's something that she needs to catch, okay? But what we're catching, Trisha, is a change in your thoughts. That's what you're going to catch, is you're thinking one thing and then all of a sudden your thoughts start to change to make you feel really bad and worse and have you cry and hyperventilate.
My God, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is this? And it feels like a 10. Reality says it's
A 2.
It's not even a problem. I
Right.
crashed my own car. I'm stupid. It's just money. It's just a gate in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
I breathed.
Breathe.
Meditation.
Meditate.
I just laid out for a minute.
Laid out.
I did my TikTok. I already went on TikTok.
Did TikTok.
It does calm me down.
She had to justify it though.
The world is still moving, and it was really scary.
She did her TikTok. She says it makes me feel better. So that's almost like she had to make an excuse for doing her TikTok. You don't need to make any excuses when something like this happens and you need to catch yourself from spiraling. The smart thing that she did, very smart, is she reached out to the therapist. Has before, or to many of us, when something like this happens, what do? We medicate, right? We go start drinking, or we start, behaving badly. You medicate in some way. What she did was call her therapist. Excellent. That is what we should do. If something happens like this and you don't have a hold of your mental response, your emotional and physical response, call your therapist. This is an emergency. She recognized her state of being as, I need help right now. And she called, and that was good. And what did he say to her? He gave her tools to calm her down. That's it. So if you notice, she's spiraling right into this state, and you call the therapist, and what does the therapist do? He tries to unspiral it because she's all wound up. Calm down. So he told her to meditate. She went outside and laid out. She could have done some journaling. Another thing, which I've been saying from day number 1, Trisha, but she never listens, go in the shower, take a cold shower from head to toe, get in there and take a shower, even if it's not a cold shower. It should be, though, at the end of your shower, at the very end. When you're like this in this state, girl, you need some cold water going right on your head all the way down your body. Why? Because it releases really great endorphins and it makes you feel physically good. So it's a step towards the right direction of feeling better as opposed to going to smoke some weed. Well, that might make you feel a little better too if you don't have a problem with it.
I definitely need to get on medication for like voices, because like the voices were telling me like, you know, like you ruined it, like Moses is gonna leave you.
You know what, you guys, personal opinion, I don't know. I don't think those were voices. I'll be honest. I don't think those were voices. I think those were thoughts, normal thoughts for someone in her mental state. Moses is going to leave you? Gosh, Trisha, that's not true. I mean, that's the farthest from the truth. That's like someone's going to come into your house right now and murder you because your gate is open. That's not going to happen.
You know, the internet now knows that, you know, it's imposters, fraud, because they thought you were doing so good, but look at you now, you just crashes.
She's making all this up. The internet is not saying she's an imposter's fraud. Many people, most 99% of the people in her comments are saying, Trisha, don't worry about it. You got this, babe. You know, you're going to be okay. They're very supportive of her. They're holding her up, right? But she is like climbing down a rope, even though she has everyone trying to hold her up. It's kind of like Eugenia Cooney. Man, that's another baddie one I ought to make a video about. She's really getting to me. You know, so many people are trying to do good for her and make her get off the platform and sign this petition, and she takes it like in a bad way, in a negative way. She's just been stuck at a certain mindset. And that's what's happening here.
I was thinking that, if anything, maybe I can make this like a video or something.
If anything, she can make a video and make money out of it. That's a girl. That's cool. That's good. Good. I like the way Trisha takes what happens to her and makes money with it. She uses it, right? Negative or positive, to make money. And that, I mean, that's okay. That's cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with making money from this video, Trisha. But hey, you guys, she tells a lot. She does tell a lot if we listen. She said that she was physically and erratically texting Moses while Moses is trying to move your mother, while Moses needs to be careful that he doesn't hurt his back, that he doesn't hurt himself, that he doesn't break your mom's things. He's in the middle of being physically working for your mom. I don't think they're going to pay him. I don't think if they were to pay him, Moses would not accept, because I can tell that's the kind of man he is. He won't accept. And you have Trisha physically and erratically texting him. About what, Trisha? Trisha, you need to leave Moses alone right now. He's trying to do something for your mother where I, in my opinion, not knowing the whole story, feel like you should have been there with your mom for this move. I mean, you called him, he didn't answer. I understand a text and leaving a message, and that's it. You cannot make Moses's experience right now while he's moving your mother. Why would you want to worry him about something that's going to be okay? The car and the gate. You are okay, Trisha, because you were responsible enough to call your therapist, right? And get help. Everything is okay. So here's the danger in the marriage that's coming up, okay? It is not healthy to be married to someone who depends on you so much, like a codependent. It's not healthy, because the other person, being Moses, will eventually feel, God, I'm so wrecked. I'm so tired of being pulled in so many directions. I'm so tired of trying to be and show how much I love Trisha. I'm there helping her mother. God, Trisha's upset. She's in Hidden Hills. This has happened. Man, I got to hurry up and I got to get to Trisha. She's not going to eat. She's not going to feel better. I don't know what she's going to do until I get there. It's all unnecessary. And that's what you learn when you become more and more resourceful, when you have the tools to deal with your mental disorders, your emotional disorders. That's exactly what happens, is you become resourceful. I think that should be Trisha's word. Trisha's word is, how do I become resourceful? You know, like when you cook and you saute the onions until they're translucent, Trisha, with a little bit of cilantro and your garlic, that's something that you can learn very easily. You know, and we all admire you for jumping into the kitchen and just putting yourself out there. I think that's great. But it just takes a little bit, just a little more effort to put into what matters, Trisha. That's what this is about. What matters is you getting help.
It's done. What's done is done. It happened.
Right.
No one hurt.
Right. No one's hurt.
My gate.
Your car, your gate. No one else's.
Car got totaled. Like, it's not the end of the world.
Not especially for you.
Yeah. So I just want to check in with you guys.
Who has money? I have the hiccups.
I like was so beside myself. Like, I literally like all the only thing I thought to do was like document so I could like make a video or something. I don't know. Maybe it was like
Documenting was good.
We'll make it worth it. I don't know what I'm thinking, but
It's okay.
That was stupid. Anyways,
Oh.
I just had to email and cancel my facial appointment.
In conclusion, I just want to say, you know what? It's good that Trisha made the video. It's very good because that is her way. She didn't have anyone else to talk to, right? So that is her way of expressing herself. That is a way of having comfort. Her making the video at the time was like comforting to her because that's what comforts her. That's what she does, is make videos. I think it's great that she has that to comfort her. Everything is so sensitive these days, so delicate. And then with YouTube, I was watching, I think it was Repzilla, and every other word was like bleep, beep, 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 beep. Like, you can't even say all these words now without being afraid you're going to be demonetized or just taken off. So it's a lot, you guys. It's a lot. Anyways, I'm saying whatever the hell I want because I'm not monetized. So until I'm monetized, I will follow the rules and not say anything. But right now I'm not, so I can say whatever I want. Anyways, you guys take care of your mental health. Realize that if you do need to go and get help for anything, emotional, physical, mental, right? Anything you need help, please go. And the sooner you get a hold of it, the sooner you'll be happier once it's solved. A lot of things like mental and emotional, it takes years. It takes years because those things did not happen. Well, they did. Sometimes they did happen overnight, but they weren't resolved right away. And so they're deep into the memory of your muscles. They're stored. They're stored in your mind. They're stored in your body. So we need to definitely take this video from Trisha and use it to our benefit. Go get help, you guys. Reach out. All right? I love you guys, and I only wish the best for you. Until my next video, bye.